very, very happy. We had to do a little bit of persuading because she's a little shy, but I'm so happy to welcome our next, I was going to say our next contestant, our next speaker, our next offerer. Bhanu, I always call her Bhanu. Her full name is Bhanumati Dasi, who's married to Raghava Pandit. And I've known Bhanu for many, many years. And there are so many things I could say about her. But one thing I want to share with you is that even though she, like many of us, came to devotional life when we were adults, she was really born a devotee. Her whole heart is totally ripe in devotion. And she exemplifies for me how to not just show respect, how to show genuine affection through action with fellow people, whether they be devotees or not. I've never seen her anything other than totally imbuing what she does with other human beings in a devotional way. And it's very inspiring and heart-melting. And I've stayed many times in her house, in their house. And one measure I always have of how welcome I feel in the house is if I feel I can go to the fridge and open it and take anything I want without any sense of worry, then I know that the person who's hosting me is very generous. And I tell you, she's incredible like that. So very, very happy to be going over to Connecticut and listen to Bhanu's beautiful offering. Hari Bol, Bhanu, welcome. It's quite early there, right?
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Thank you so much for that very sweet opening to describe Yashodanandan Das. All I can say is I'm giving you the hugest bear hug right now because I miss those so much. As I'd like to offer those hugs back to everyone here. Thank you so much. I'll just say my prayers. Om Gyan Timarandasya Gyananja Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam and Yana Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhika Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Iti Namine Vancha Kalpa Turubhyasha Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I offer my whole being to my beautiful Diksha Guru, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj. And I offer my Dandavat Pranams to all of your beautiful souls here today. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak something on my memories of Srila Gurudeva. But I'd like to just go back now to all of to the beginning of where it all began. So connecting the dots, if you don't mind, I'd like to go before I even met Gurudeva. So thank you to my Patni Dev for, rescuing me and bringing me to this path. But even before I met him, I'd like to say that Gurudev was finding me before I even knew. So from a very young age, I thought, I've been here before. Why doesn't everyone see that we need to understand love? What is it? There's so much discomfort, and why can't we just see that it's just about love? So I used to write in my journal, dear God, please help me understand how to share love, how to understand love, how to live love. How can I do this? So in my journals, begging. Then I met so many wonderful people on my path. First of all, my loving family I need to thank them for always supporting me on anything that I ever do, also with Krishna consciousness. But my friends who guided me to go on the journey of finding about love, one of them brought me to Govinda's in Eugene, Oregon in the early 90s and said, "You've got to try this. Food is so good." And being the foodie that I am, I was like, "Oh yeah, let's do it. What is it? Show me." And so this giant buffet at Govinda's was just, first of all, I mean, I can't describe to you how I was just blown away by how good the food was. So anyway, jump, jump, jump. We always went to Govinda's. We had so much fun, so much laughter, so much joy. And then one day, my friend came to me, one of my very close friends said, "Guess what? I am babysitting for this new lady, Swati, who's a Hare Krishna person, and she wants me to dive in with her." So I was like, "Oh, that's great." No idea what she's talking about. But so, slowly, she had her little altar with Prabhupada, and then she was offering foods, and she was inviting me to honor with her.
What age?
I think we were 22 or 23, and yeah, something like that. Anyway, she she was not the best cook, so sometimes the rice was crunchy, sometimes her lasagna was so hot, spicy that I couldn't even eat it. But because she was offering with so much love and she would tell me why the offering is so important, I would honor it with her. So I would like anyhow, seeds. So I would hang out with her, and then sometimes I would help out at the Golden Avatar food booth with her at local festivals and things like that. Sometimes I would go to programs, but slowly she started to shut us out because we were not paka. We were not following like with her. And so that was confusing for me. And we started moving slowly apart because I wasn't following like her. Anyhow, time, she was less on the path and then came back to us. But anyhow, life happens. We move, we are doing different things. I moved to New York, I moved to Singapore, and guess what? Dancing at a nightclub, guess who I meet? Raghava.
King of the dance floor.
So dancing. One of my best friend's games, we would say, "You meet 3 people, I meet 3 people, let's introduce each other and, have fun." So I'm Dutch Indonesian, Raghava is Dutch. My friend met Raghava and said, "Where are you from?" He came back to me, said, "Go say something Dutch to him." So here I am, like dancing away. I come over to him. I'm like, "Hey, hoe gaat het ermee?" in Dutch. And then, well, that was it. So, so from then on, Raghava was like pursuing me. Why? I'm thinking that he's pursuing me for, those reasons. But actually, we know now he was pursuing me to meet Gurudev. Yeah. So time goes on, we figure out we have a lot in common, we have a lot of great background stories to share. But Raghava and I went on vacation to Bali. And by the way, he was not like in a sangha where I was meeting people. He was just telling me stories. This was the time where his Leela was to find me and bring me to Gurudev. So he was in that world, trying to get me. And so, so anyway, the Leela brought us to Bali, and we met somebody in the airport, and he's saying, he said, "Oh, you're here to see Gurudev." And Raghava had no idea. And so he was like, "Hey, do you want to go to the temple?" I was like, "Sure, let's do it." And so we go to the temple, and it is so beautiful. It is so colorful, but I was an outsider. So for me, thought I was watching something very National Geographic. And I was like, "Wow, this is cool, but not for me." I was like, "Wow, they're so interesting." Anyhow, the people were incredible. All the beautiful faces that you all know. I'm too shy and forgetful right this minute to name everyone, but everyone was so inviting.
Like
Tungavidya, Vrinda, Anupama, Gokul, of course, Brajana and Madhav Maharaj, of course. And anyhow, I was asking Brinda if I could help wash the dishes, because I'm used to that in my family. We have all the gatherings and, everyone helps out. And she was like, oh, no, that's okay. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to walk around the temple. And anyhow, so I'm walking around the temple, letting him catch up with all his friends. And guess who I see? Can anyone guess? I walk around the temple and I get private darshan with Gurudeva.
Hello.
And I was like, hi. No idea. So there he penetrated my heart, obviously. He looked at me, I looked at him. He did, this, how he does. And we were just standing there for like, I don't know. It seemed like an eternity to me because I couldn't believe it. I was like, what am I supposed to do? And here he is looking. And so then he goes back into his room and I was like, what just happened? And no one was there. No one was around me. So I walked around the temple a couple times saying, what just happened? Anyhow, so time goes on. We leave our vacation. We say goodbye to everyone. Beautiful experience. But still, it didn't grab me to say, hey, let's go to the temple. And, Raghava, again, was in his Leela to be with me. And so 6 years go by, everyone. 6 years go by. I don't know what you call it. And then I get we're now in Holland, by the way. So we moved from Bali and now we're in Holland and we're working jobs, partying, doing all the things. And and so Raghava, we get a call on the home phone and it's Gokul Das and Anupama. What year? 2007. And it's Gokul explaining who he is and said he met me in Bali. I said, of course, I remember. Yes, how wonderful. And he said, we're going on a world tour. We're going to go to Badger. And then we have to make a stop because of our ticket in Europe. And well, we're going to the German festival. So we would like to stay at your house if we can. I was like, of course, you come. And well, they came and we had so much fun. They were so beautiful. Again, so inviting, so lovely. At my home, they were like making me feel more comfortable with life and everything and encouraged us to go to Germany to see Gurudeva. Well, I said, oh my goodness, well, you have to go. And I thought, oh, look at me. I'm encouraging Raghava to go see his guru and his friends. Oh, supporting him to go see his guru. Well, when we arrived, once again, everyone like showered him with love, but also me with so much love. And in fact, what is her name? Who came to me and said, oh,
Vichitra.
everybody knows Vichitra, right? She's whacked me on my rear end when we're on parikram. I mean, she's wild, that woman. I love her. Anyway, but when I saw her, she was like, oh, you've come, because I saw her in Bali. Oh, you've come because you realize in your heart that this is the only way to exit samsara. And I was like, what is samsara? And so she described to me, oh, to get out of this cycle of birth and death. And by the way, when I'm writing in my journals, when I was 10, I was like, isn't it crazy, this world? But can it be my last time here? So again, this is like the memory of past lives and what have you. And so when she said that, the light bulb was like, pew, pew, pew. And I thought, okay. So it went from me thinking, oh, liberation for me. But again, the twist, Gurudeva is so expert. The twist is no, not liberation for me, liberation from my material mind to come and be the eternal servant who I should be and get reacquainted with that to be the eternal servant of Krishna. And so when I found this message out, I went straight to his feet. And again, he imbued me with this feeling of that I am an eternal servant. So from then on in Germany, I was as close to him as I could possibly be. Again, meeting all the beautiful people. And then we left Germany and And we decided when we got back to Holland that we need to go back to Germany because we only stayed one night. Then, so then we stayed for the rest of the festival. But the best part was that not only being with Gurudeva and Raghava, meeting everyone, Dear Krishna, does anyone know Dear Krishna? He asked for a ride back to Holland. And so we were like, yes, of course. And then we didn't realize we were dropping him off at Shashikala's house, Ananga Mohini's family. And guess who arrived 5 minutes later? Gurudev. And guess what? We had private foot washing darshan experience with the family, Brajanath Madhav Maharaj. You know, there was only like a handful of people there. So my gosh, my good fortune. Cut to the chase. I mean, so many, that week we had so many incredible darshans, but also programs. But then one day he had a private darshan with me and Raghava. And he said, do you love Raghava? And I looked at him like this. I didn't know what to say. I said, sometimes. And he said, he started laughing and he said, oh, the Western fickle mind. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's very difficult for the Western mind to be focused. You know, so many divorce, so many from here and there to everywhere. And he said, you know, with my books, with my teachings, you can become more fixed. And so in this way, he again imparted more connection for me to get connected and get on the path. Anyhow, there's so many more things I want to say. Let me just, if you don't mind, go to my notes.
No, because we're getting one of the
Yeah. So then, thank you. So then there were many programs just with the devotees after he left, but I had, he had asked us to come to Kartik naturally. And we both said, yes, we will do our best. Of course, no Lakshmi, you know, so how are we going to do it? So of course, he gave me more sales in my job, and it was bam. We had the tickets. So of course it's all meant to be everything like this. So he's very magical that way. And but so important, he came to me in a dream and he said to me, I was at a party in the dream, and somebody said, you have a phone call from Gurudev. He's on the phone, but he was actually downstairs on the phone. So I got on the phone. He said, Bhanumati, you know, I didn't have my name yet. I wasn't initiated. He just said, are you done with the party? And I said, oh, yes, Gurudev, I'm done with the party. He said, come and see me. So immediately I went down and I saw him and I was at his feet. So that was one thing that, a dream, right? That was a dream that came to me. But it was so real. It was so true that I know that was the moment that that I surrendered, and without knowing. And long, you know, cut to India. We now arrived to India. We came late. We're in the food prasadam hall in Govardhan, and we see who? Brajanath. So there's no one else there. It's just me, Brajanath, and Ragi, and they give us some leftover prasadam. And Brajanath said to me, do you believe in God? And I said, yes, I do. And he said, tomorrow, take shelter of Gurudev. And I have no idea. He said, go get ready for initiation. I was like, I don't even know what that means. And he said, just do it. Just do it. So then I had Shashikala from India, you know, Shashikala, France, from France, who's living in India. So Gurudev instructed her, or Brajanath instructed her to help me. By the way, we were staying in a very small, dark room down the street from Govardhan. I had a mirror that was this big. I've only put on a sari once in my life in the bathroom at my workplace, because an Indian, I was like, hey, maybe I should get a sari. And so one of my friends who was Indian gave it to me. She showed me how to do it in 5 minutes. I put the sari on in the dark with the little mirror with like a little, I don't even know how I put it on. And then Shashikala put my tilak on, and then she also got the offering together with me. And then before you knew it, I was at Gurudev's feet. So
So you have to. That was yesterday.
So guess what? That was on Diwali. So I was my spiritual birthday is Diwali, which is amazing. So that's that's crazy. And my name is Bhanumati, so that's also crazy. And so anyhow, then I'm jumping into seva, like, how can I serve? How can I serve? I'm now initiated. How can I serve? Okay, so I'm in the room with all Chinese people when I'm getting initiated, and it's so cute. Gurudeva is so cute. Anyway.
Bhanumati Didi, you're gone back onto mute for some reason.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. Yeah. Sorry about that. So anyhow, it's very sweet. The whole experience is amazing. But here I am doing seva, and I'm running here and there and everywhere trying to get Prabhupada's, just everything. And I'm learning fast, and I know nothing. So at one point, I'm in the row waiting to see Gurudev when he's coming to the hall, and I throw myself down at his feet, and all of a sudden I get up and I look at him, and something shifted in my beingness, where I can say it's like a chemical reaction. It was so strong when he looked into me that, like, I'm having bumps right now, because I know that was the moment that he changed me. I mean, he made a physical change, not only spiritual, but physical. He knocked stuff out of my system, into my system. It was so intense that I called my mom immediately and said, I don't know what just happened, Mim. I call her Mim, but I think something is going to change and help not only me, but our family and anyone I meet. I don't know why I'm saying this. I don't know where this is coming from. And my mom was like, bring it on. And I said, okay, gotta go. Bam. And from then on, it was like Shakti craziness, because from then on, Raghava had a meeting with Brajana, and then they were going to make the Pure Bhakti website. And guess where? At our house. And guess what? 3 monks are going to stay with us. And Raghava said, is that okay? I said, I guess, why not? And they, not for 1 week or 2 weeks, but for 3.5 months at my house. And we both work full-time jobs. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. What's happening? And so I just had like,
1 minute.
Oh, I have 1 minute. Okay. Yep. 2 minutes to go. Okay. So long story short, we have so many incredible devotees staying with us, incredible experiences. And my workplace gets involved with the charities for the school in Vrindavan, in Navadvip. And guess what? My office of 300 people, extended office of like 1,000, get not only the prasadam of Vrindavan and Navadvip, because we're constantly raising awareness in my office. Gurudev inspired us to do potlucks. So we had vegetarian potlucks that turned vegan, that turned so much distribution of Kitchen of Love with Yashoda Nandan. Oh my gosh, if it wasn't for Yashoda coming and being such a bear at our house and exploring ideas of how to spread Krishna consciousness, we wouldn't have Kitchen of Love, and so much more. Hare Krishna. Gurudev was is an amazing heart that guides us and is a force that is constantly melting all of our hearts. And Gurudev, thank you so much for bringing Raghava Pandit Das to me, because he breaks down all my nonsense daily, and I wouldn't be able to do it without you. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha. Sindhu Evacha.
Sometimes somehow through the presence of Guru, There's no, it's like we're on Zoom, but we're really closer to each other than even we could be physically, you know, by sharing Gurudev's pastimes. So beautiful, Bhanu. Thank you.
Yashodhananda Prabhu, can I just say
Yeah.
one thing?
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday, Bhanumati Didi. I
Wow.
hope you're having a super amazing day. That is such a thing. I think all of us are wishing you a super happy birthday.
Hari Krishna.
You
Thank you
didn't
so
tell
much,
us
everybody.
the most important bit. You didn't tell us what Raghuva's dance moves were like.
He owned the floor.
It's so beautiful because I remember, I mean, I can bookend this story because I met Raghava in 1996. He stayed at my house. But how long were you with me, Raghi? It was beautiful.
Maybe 2 months or
Yeah. That was just so many nice pastimes there, Banu. Thank you so much. I feel like you're about 9 years old when you speak in your innocence. It's so lovely. It's really beautiful. So heartfelt. And particularly when that time, what year was it that you felt that you said like a chemical reaction? What year was that?
2007.
Yeah, that was amazing. I felt
It-
like Kladini Shakti intense. Beautiful.
That was life-changing. I mean,
Amazing.
I was smoking, drinking, partying, and everything came to a halt, and it was so easy. And the transition of sharing it with all my friends who were like, "Whoa, where are you going? What are you doing?" They all came with us. They were at our programs. They supported me so much. I just have to say this one thing. They supported me so much that when I read one of Gurudev's books, he was saying in the book, I can't remember which one, I'm so sorry. Even if somebody sees the toe of Krishna, they will become liberated and it will do good for them. So I would tell the story, I would tell these things, whatever I would hear, even though it was probably wrong, I would share it with my friends. And so they would help me. So I had pictures, I had an altar at my desk at work, and they would say, no, you have to position it so that they can see even the toe of Krishna, so that they can get liberated. I don't know if that was the word, I guess what I was saying, but it's the benefit, that they will get benefit. Anyone who passes by, and guess what? The little cards, the Hare Krishna cards that Raghava had printed, I had them all over the office. And what was the song that was played for the whole of the laureate? Remember, you put together that?
well, you have to tell it. There's a bit more to the story, but
I know.
We need to move